All right, guys, welcome to day 3 of geometry. So we are going to get into just a tiny bit of math today, nothing crazy. It's still just kind of casual, getting to know each other, and we're going to be learning about some algebra. So this is still stuff that you should have done last year. Nothing crazy, nothing complicated. This should be stuff you're familiar with, so this will be a lot of review. You don't have to take notes, just follow along, and then at the end I'm going to attach a Kahoot below this video, and you can do that at your own pace. Okay, so follow along and then do the Kahoot. Before we get started, I want to review one big thing. So next class we're starting actual geometry. Okay, so we have our very first lesson, unit 1.1. Okay, before you enter live class, or before you watch my lesson video, you're going to need to do async time. Okay, it's very crucial. The first week, it's been no big deal. You can do it anytime you want. You can do it before sync. You can do it after async. It's whatever, right? But now, going forward, you need to make sure you do async before sync time. Okay, that makes sense? That's very important going forward. Now, today we're learning about practicing solving one-step equations. Okay, so this should be something you've learned about last year. Basically, geometry is just algebra with pictures. So it's a lot of the stuff we were doing last year just with pictures. So you can't just throw everything we learned about last year out the window. Okay, so first question. You and your friend are planning a surprise party for a third friend. Your friend has made 12 cupcakes and you need 25 total. How many do you need to make? Now, a lot of you are thinking, okay, I'm going to already do the math in my head. But before I want y'all to do that, what I'm asking you is to make an equation for this scenario. So if you need to pause it for a second and think about it, I want you to think about what an equation would be. Okay, it kind of sounds like equal signs. We plug in an equal sign. We need a variable, so we need a number like X or A or B. And then we need the numbers 12 and 25. So what combination of those things would make an equation to solve for how many cupcakes we need to make? So think about that. The answer is 12 plus X equals 25, right? If we have 12 cupcakes to start with, this is how many we need to make to get to 25. Okay. Now, how would we solve this? Well, we would subtract 12 on both sides because 12 is being added over here, so the opposite of addition is subtraction. So we do 25 minus 12, X would be 13. Okay, next question. You have saved some money during COVID because you have not gone anywhere. You are going to give $30 to your parents as a thank you, leaving you with $182. How much money did you originally have saved? So again, we're making an equation for the scenario. We're not solving it yet. So think about if you're giving away $30, are you adding $30 or are you subtracting? You're subtracting $30, right? So it should be something like something minus 30 equals 182. So let's do X, right? So X minus 30 equals 182. If you give away $30, this is how much you had in the beginning. If you give away $30 to your parents, this is how much you have left. Okay? Now how would we solve this? We're subtracting 30. So the opposite of subtracting 30 is to add 30 on both sides. Okay? Now, third question. You have to finish reading a book for English class in 6 days. You have to read 240 pages. You want to make a plan so you read the same number of pages each day and finish on time. How many pages will you need to read each day? So you have 240 pages you need to read. You need to read it in 6 days. Now, a big helpful word here is each. Each. So each normally means multiplication. That was something you probably learned about in Algebra 1. It kind of means slope or multiplication. So pages each day, well, we have 6 days, and pages is our X value, right? So you'd have 6X equals 240. Okay, again, it's kind of tricky. So if you want to go back to the last slide, maybe rewind this video a second and really think about that. Make sure you know kind of what I'm saying by 6X equals 240. Okay, Now, the really important part is how to solve it. So 6 times x, that's what's happening there. They're being multiplied together. 6x, they're not being added or subtracted or divided. They're being multiplied together. The opposite of multiplication is division. So you would divide both sides by 6. So your answer would be whatever 240 divided by 6 is. Okay? Okay, we're going to skip this and just go to the equation. So x divided by 6 equals 24. What is happening on this left side? They are being divided by. So x divided by 6. What's the opposite of division? Multiplication. So you would multiply both sides by 6. Okay, which would give you 6 times 24. That would be your answer. Multiply both sides by 6 to cancel out that 6 and just have you x on one side. Okay? So as a review, you're going to always do the opposite of what it's telling you to do originally. So you're going to add if you're subtracting, you're going to subtract if you're adding. Same with multiplying and dividing. They're interchangeable. Okay? So in a simple one-step equation, you just look, okay, what side is x on? I'm going to do the opposite of what's ever happening to that x, whatever happens to that number next to the x. Okay, always the opposite. If you use that, you should be good to go. Okay, now after you're done with this video, I'd like you to go down below this link, below this YouTube video, and click on the Kahoot and work on that for practice. Okay, now before you leave, make sure that you have completed all 3 assignments. So I have made 3 assignments for grades on Teams. So if you check Teams, you should see that you have 3 grades. 1 is the All About Me Flipgrid. If you're struggling with that, message me. If you're like, I can't get the Flipgrid to work, message me. That's an easy 100. Number 2 is the syllabus quiz. You can take that as many times as possible to get 100. Number 3 is the All About Me Google slide. If you're struggling with that, message me as well. All 3 of those are easy 100s. There's no reason you shouldn't have 100 in my class right now. So please make sure you check Teams to make sure that all 3 of those are complete and that have 100s. You can have 100s on all 3 of those, okay? Make sure you complete those missing assignments. Next one, complete the choice board. So column 3 of the choice board, if you don't see it on column 3, like if the links aren't working, no big deal. Scroll down to the end of my modules. There's a couple links there. There's a couple pages there that show you how to do each of the 3 videos for the choice board. So the column 3 is all about picking how you're going to do your notes. So if you're a notebook person or if you're a binder person, there's a video for that explaining how you're going to set up your notes for this school year. And you need to make sure you have that ready by Wednesday. Okay, so that's your homework. Complete choice board number 3. If you choose the digital notebook option, I'm not a good resource for you, so you can email Mr. McCullough. I've put his email in the choice board page. So if you have any questions about the digital notebook, please direct them to Mr. McCullough. He's the one that can help you out with that. Finally, next time, remember to complete async before your sync time, and that will require you to go ahead and have your notebook set up. So make sure you complete those 3 missing assignments so you have 100 in my class, complete the choice board, and complete the async before the sync. Okay, that is all I have for you guys. I'm looking forward to next class. I will see you and we will get into some real geometry. Alrighty, so I will see you on Wednesday. Thanks.